You've decided to file bankruptcy and now you're looking for a lawyer. I'm going to teach you what to do when you get to the lawyer's office, what questions to ask, and how to pick the best lawyer for you. So you've made your appointment with your bankruptcy lawyer and you're going to go see him for the first time. I'm going to give you a checklist of questions to ask the lawyer to make sure that you have all the information you need to make sure that you're making the right decision when filing bankruptcy. The number one question that you have in your mind right before you're going to go see a lawyer, and what you should ask your lawyers, how much does a bankruptcy lawyer cost? Most bankruptcy lawyers charge between $1,000 to $1,500 for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That is before the filing fee. The filing fee costs about $335. So you're looking at $1,000 to $1,500 for the attorney plus $335 for the filing fee. Different lawyers charge different rates, but that is approximately what most lawyers charge for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Chapter 13 bankruptcy is different. A Chapter 13 bankruptcy, normally the bankruptcy lawyer charges a portion up front and then the rest you pay over time in the plan. What that means is a Chapter 13 bankruptcy lawyer will charge you probably $1,000 to $1,500 to file the case, plus $310 for the filing fee. The balance of the fees, which could be $3,000 to $4,000 generally, are paid over time as you pay your Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You should discuss this with your attorney to make sure that you understand exactly how much these fees would be. Sometimes bankruptcy cases are a little bit more complicated, and the attorney will tell you that he needs a little bit more money because of the time involved. Now, if the case is complicated, which you probably are aware that your case is complicated, if you have multiple properties, if you have very aggressive creditors after you, then a bankruptcy lawyer would sometimes charge more. But that's a discussion that you should have with the attorney when you meet with him or her. It's very important that you understand the fees up front so that there are no surprises later on. The last thing you want is a fight with your bankruptcy lawyer who's there to help you and not to hurt you. Now, there's a new trend in the Chapter 7 where people are paying zero down and the lawyer files the case. What happens in that situation is that then you owe the lawyer after you file bankruptcy. Now, what that means is the lawyer is now your creditor, and whatever work he's doing, he's going to charge you after you file bankruptcy. The point of bankruptcy is to get relief from your creditors, not to create new creditors. In my opinion, most people can come up with the small fee that lawyers ask before they file, get rid of their problem, and then get on with their lives versus creating a new debt while they're dealing with old debts. So now you're in the lawyer's office and you've talked about the fees and you feel comfortable with what they're going to charge you. You need to talk about all your alternatives. I'm going to give you a list of questions that you should write down right now that will help you when you're in the lawyer's office to make sure that you get all the information that you need so that you can make the right decision on what chapter to file and how to get the best debt relief for you and your family. Get your pen and paper ready. I'm going to give you the list of questions. Can I file a Chapter 7? Can I file a Chapter 13? What documents does the court require for me to produce to file my case? What happens during the 341 meeting of creditors? What happens after the 341 meeting of creditors? What happens to my house in bankruptcy? What happens to my car in bankruptcy? How long does bankruptcy stay on my credit? How do I rebuild my credit after bankruptcy? Ask those questions, get the answers, and then you can evaluate your situation. I can tell you that bankruptcy is about the future, not the past. Bankruptcy is about getting past the mistakes of your past and rebuilding your credit so that you can buy a car in the future, buy a house in the future, and have good credit so that you can rebuild your financial situation. It's very important that you understand that. So when you go meet with the lawyer, you have that in mind. This is about the future. This is about getting past this moment in your life, getting it done, and moving on so that you can do great things in the future. The other thing to look for when you're talking to the lawyer is make sure that the lawyer has a passion for the process of the bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is a process. The lawyer is there to help you get through the process so that you can rebuild your credit and rebuild your life, and you can move forward in your life. A lawyer that's been doing it for a long time will be able to look at you and say, I've done this type of case many times and I understand it very well. I understand what the judges are looking for. I understand what the trustees are looking for in my district, and I will help you get past this moment in your life and get on to something new and something better for you. Make sure that the lawyer is listening and hearing you with your questions. Don't let the lawyer talk over you. Make sure that the attorney is listening to what you are saying, because sometimes cases turn on very, very slight changes in the facts. So make sure you're telling the attorney everything that he asks. Make sure that you are completely honest, because remember, any conversation you have with an attorney is completely confidential. It is to your benefit to be completely honest when you're talking to the lawyer. Tell him everything, tell her everything, and then at the end, make sure you ask all of your questions. That way, when you walk out of that office, you're sure that you are doing the right thing for you and your family. My name is Diego Mendez. I'm a bankruptcy lawyer here in Miami, Florida. I've helped thousands of people with their bankruptcy. I've counseled people with their debt issues for many, many years. I've helped a lot of people get out of big problems and get on with their lives. Remember, bankruptcy is about the future. Bankruptcy is about getting a fresh start. So make sure that you pick the right attorney. Make sure that you understand what you are doing, what your expectations are of the attorney, and what the attorney expects from you. That way, you'll get through this stage, you'll move on with your life, and you will get a fresh start, which is what you're looking for. My name is Diego Mendez. My channel is Debt Law. Subscribe, ask any question you have in the comment box. I'll try to respond if I can, and I'm here to help. Thank you very much.